All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome back. Nathan Ivy with you. Please take a second to like and share today's show. On today's show, 3 OMG moments that you might have missed from this past week. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Today's show brought to you by my friends over at Renew Community Church. You can download a free ebook. It's called Focus 2021. It'll be a source of inspiration for you throughout the rest of the year. Help you deal with some of the, shall we say, challenges that you might be dealing with professionally or personally or spiritually. Go to renewcommunitychurch.org right now, or there's a link in the description. You can follow that link. Many things to discuss. Please take a minute. We'll get the show started in about 90 seconds, family. We'll get the thing started. So please take this time to like and share today's show. Now, I'm going to start there. I'm going to use that as a baseline. But you know me, I like to keep you abreast of what's going on locally, regionally, nationally, culturally. So the show, probably as we get into that second hour, we'll see how things go in terms of the topics and what we're talking about. We'll probably expand to accommodate some other things. There's actually more than just 3 OMG moments. There's actually like 6 OMG moments. A little bit of false advertising. I've really got 6 OMG moments that you might have missed from this past week. Okay, these are things that I didn't really touch on the show this week, but I still think are really, really interesting. And I want to put it on your radar screen as we get ready for the Easter weekend. Easter, you ready for Easter? Okay, what's your plans this Sunday? Are you one of those people that has to go to church on Easter, or you shy away on Easter? You go every other Sunday except for Easter. So all the neophytes coming in on Easter. I don't know. You tell me. Might change some things during COVID. How many people went to opening day yesterday? That's the first OMG moment. Did you see the images from the Dora Zone? DORA. Now, if you don't know, you don't live in the city of Cincinnati. In an effort to spur development, business development, or not development, in an interest to spur economic, activity in the downtown Banks area. The city of Cincinnati has now created a zone where you can drink outdoors. Open, you can do what you want to do. You can walk around with your beer. They got a little zone down there on the banks, and it's opening day or opening weekend. Opening day was yesterday, and a lot of baseball fans are going to take advantage of it. Did you see the images? Man, I'll say it again. Humans worse than COVID. See, COVID isn't going to baseball games. COVID isn't trying to drink, have alcoholic beverages, and stumble around with their friends and listen to Jimmy Buffett outdoors. COVID ain't doing none of that. COVID just wants to replicate. It's the humans that are worse than the disease. Like some of these humans was on the banks. I saw somebody I'm friends with on Instagram took some photographs, and it was like, I saw a mask, 1 or 2 masks, but by and large, the images that I saw, man, you had a lot of people out there on the banks. It looked like a super spreader event. That's what it looked like. And I said it earlier in the week. I'll say it again. Like, I'm like, OMG, like COVID ain't a thing no more. Like, I can understand that you want to go to the game. Go to the game. I can understand that you want to get some wings before and after the game. Get your lemon pepper, get that lemon pepper joint in. Get it in. What I don't understand is how people just, mingling face to face, no mask on with humans just for the sake of recreation. Now, if you out here doing business, I get it. You out here making money, I get it. You just talking with some fucking friends, you can do that at home. I don't understand it. I don't understand it one bit, family. I don't get it. Super spreader event. I got to make this point because nobody else in Cincinnati media will. When the brother last year had his own Dora party, he had his own little street party. They wanted to charge it. They charged him with a felony and wanted to lock his ass up. When he said F COVID, if those people aren't saying F COVID by being down there with no mask on for the pure enjoyment of eating and drinking, that's all we talking about here. Eating and drinking, y'all. That I don't know what is. Something is wrong with this world. I don't understand it. Maybe you can help me this morning at 513-873-7134. We're going to church this morning, family. We are going to church this morning. And I want you to sacrifice your thoughts on the altar of Digital Talk Radio this morning. Share your opinions with me. And also lift up the show. Please share the show this morning. It means everything. But 3 OMG moments that you might have missed from this past week. OMG. Like, what? I'm not even sure where you're going to start. I think we'll start from left to right. We'll start with the sister on the left. We'll start with that. A little bit of a lighter subject. Then, of course, you can see George Floyd there. Did you see the trial yesterday? Did you see the testimony yesterday? See the woman who referred to as his girlfriend? You see that? I did. Did you see the supervisor of Derek Chauvin? He said, look, dude didn't have to do that, essentially. Dude did not have to do that. I don't know, family. Listen, I don't have any idea what's going to happen. I am completely jaded and cynical when it comes to these kind of matters. I don't care what they say on that witness stand. Derek Chauvin might walk out of there. I know it seems improbable. For some of you, it might seem impossible. It might seem implausible. But I'm here to tell you that this is America. And I'll leave it just like that. I don't have to say anything else to the smart, intelligent people that comprise this audience. We are the talented 10th of Cincinnati. Whether people want to give us that credit or not, it don't really matter. We gonna sit on the throne of the talented 10th in the city of Cincinnati as a talk radio audience until somebody show up and make us move, period. It's us, period. We together as a collective, simple as that. So please share your thoughts with me this morning. 513-873-7134 is my number. If you want to share your thoughts this morning, I am here to receive it. I'm about that life, at least for the next 2 hours. I'm about that life, at least for the next 2 hours. Good morning to you. That's it. That's all I got for you. And then I have to move on to other things. Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Brandy is first inside the chop shop. She writes, good morning and happy Friday. Happy Friday, sis. Same to you. Happy Friday. We made it. We keep making it, though. We got through this shit together. This shit started a year ago, and we've been rocking strong ever since, every day, every week, keeping our sanity. This show keeps me sane. This show, because it tethers me to reality and common sense. I don't know what these other people are doing and what they thinking and what they saying. But here, common sense still matters. Right and wrong still matters. The truth still matters here on the Nathan Ivey Show. And that's why we're the last honest place in Cincinnati media. Good morning to you. Sharp Rice TGIF, Nate and the Choppers. Good morning to you, brother. Good to see you. I am super pumped up. I'm super pumped up. Yesterday was a beautiful day. It was a beautiful day. If you missed it, make sure you check out Midday Juice with Ask Ashley. Check her out. The podcast is Tuesdays and Thursdays at 1 p.m. So she was broadcasting live. She was back. She was off for a little bit, about a week or so. So I was glad to be back and connect with Ashley. She's very, very talented and a lot of fun. A lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. Midday Juice is fun. Midday Juice is fun. I mean, we got all this Derek Chauvin shit going on. Everybody's in their feelings. They mad. They upset. You got all this stuff going on. You got these these humans worse than COVID. Karen, you got the Karen apocalypse out here. These Karens. You got these white Republicans in Ohio and around the country just trying to form Voltron on your ability to vote. So you need a departure from all of the unplug from all of that from time to time and check out Midday Juice. So if you missed it yesterday, circle back around on Facebook, on our Facebook page, and check it out. Give it a like and a share and hit that play button. Tell me what you think. We are not shy about feedback. We can't be what we want to be if you don't give us feedback. Now, if you want to give me feedback, the best way to do it is send me a direct message. That way I see it. Sometimes the comments come in so fast that I don't see everything. Okay, so if you're trying to give me some feedback, I'm down. Believe me, I am not super sensitive about constructive criticism. I want it. I welcome it. Hit me with a direct message. Okay, it will be properly received always. Ray writes here. Tanika writes, good morning, Nate and the Choppers. Good morning to you. Good morning, everybody. What's your plans for the weekend? Did y'all see the weather yesterday? It was fucking snowing. It was like snowing. It was like sunshine and snow. I'm like, what the hell is God trying to tell us? Was that a sign from God? Is God trying to tell us something yesterday? I don't know. Say it again, God. I might have missed it. Good morning to everybody. How are you? All right, let me pull the cam up. Hopefully I'm presentable. If I'm not presentable and I'm looking crazy, please hit your boy with a direct message. Don't have me looking crazy. People send me messages like, damn, Nate, you got something in your nose. I didn't want to say no. I'm like, yeah, that might happen. I'm human. 100%. You know what I'm saying? Shame is for suckers. And I'm no sucker. Good morning to you. 513-873-7134. If you like to share your thoughts. There we are. We back. What's up, family? Damn. What? We doing this again? We really gonna do this? We're gonna do this again. Now we really about to do this again. Okay. All right. Y'all ready for this work? Because you know me, sometimes I do the dream shake in the paint from time to time. Okay. Just so you know. Hard in the paint. 3 OMG moments that you might have missed from this week, but it's really like 6. And I'll share one with you, and that's that super spreader event that they're having down there on the banks. Y'all see that? Irresponsible. It's irresponsible by the city at a time like this to be sponsoring something like that. You got folks down there with no damn mask on. I don't care how many people being vaccinated. It is irresponsible and it's counterintuitive to our overall community health goals. Period. Point blank. There is no other opinion to it. That is all it is. Period. Over some chicken wings and some beer that you can order to your house via DoorDash or whatever you're using. The hell is going on with this world, man? But there I go again, making points. Damn, Nate, you in here making points. Humans worse than COVID. Derek Chauvin definitely fits that description. So from left to right, what are we talking about here? So on the very left, you have reality TV star Megan James, who says something I thought was quite interesting most recently on a reality TV show. She was talking about cheating, and she said that her man can cheat on her respectfully. And I thought, that's interesting. That's interesting because I think I agree with sis. You can cheat respectively. Respectfully, should I say, not respectively, but respectfully, right? There's a difference. There's a difference. Yes, you can cheat respectfully. It's never what you do, kinda. That might not be the best way to describe that, but let's just say that, yeah, I agree with that. It's just all about what you do. I'm gonna play this video clip for you. Just because I want to start things a little bit lighter. I mean, things be so heavy. We grown folks. I keep telling people this show is not, if you turn into this show expecting conversations on politics every morning, you're going to be disappointed. I'm going to tell you it off the top. I ain't with that. I'm not with that. I want to play this clip for you. Okay. We want to start here. And tell me if this sister does not make a great point. Now, I know we got some people that might have been cheated on. I think everybody's been cheated on at some point in their life, right? I had a girlfriend, she cheated on me. I was at UC. She cheated on me with a UC football player. And no, he wasn't the fucking kicker. Don't even start that again. Don't you start that again. He was not the kicker. He was not. He was a starter. Makes it better. It makes it a whole lot better. I was devastated. I was all in my, well, how you gonna cheat on me with this? You know what I said. But we wasn't married. So in hindsight, she ain't really owe me nothing. That's just how it goes. You're not married, you expecting the wrong things. But I want to play this clip for you. So this is This is reality television star Megan James. Now y'all might be saying star, but y'all got problems with her. I don't. I just want to make the point with the video. And she's making a point. She says, look, if my man is going to cheat, he should cheat respectfully. Now, why am I talking about this? I'm talking about this is because we like to talk about this kind of stuff. Quit acting like you don't. Don't get all brand new like we should be talking about House Bill 22. We'll get to all of that. Right now, I want to talk about this. All right, I want to roll this tape, and you tell me what you think. You ready? All right, rotate.
I believe in cheating respectfully. I never tell my man, like, oh, you can go cheat on me.
So cheating respectfully to me is cheating where I don't find out, is having control over your other women, is using condoms and not having babies. Like, cheat respectfully, because believe it or not, your man is cheating. But I'm not leaving my man over a one-night stand.
Now tell me this sis didn't just make an excellent point. She made a point that I have been making to men she made an excellent point there. And this ain't just about men, it's about women too. So all you cheaters out there, listen up. And as Megan James just said, if you're going to cheat, do it respectfully. You ignorant bastard. What's wrong with you? Show some damn respect when you cheating. Show some damn respect. Glenn writes, that ish is ratchet and ghetto as F. See, I'm not surprised that there's some resistance from the crowd. I ain't surprised. That's why I got to do this. That's why we got to have this conversation, because to me, I think baby girl made a great point. She made an excellent point. If you're going to do it, have some damn respect for yourself. She said something that I think made a lot of sense. And she said, if you're going to cheat, she said, number one, make sure I don't find out. Now, we can go back and forth about whether you want to know you cheating on me. Personally, I always want to know the truth. Tell me the truth. I make my own decision after that. That's just me. If I want to stay with your ass, I'll stay with you. If I don't, I won't. But don't try to, I hate when people that cheat try to pull this game. They play this game where it's kind of like, well, I'm not telling the person I cheated on because I'm protecting them. No, that's a damn lie. You're protecting yourself. That's all. You just don't want the difficult conversation. Stop it. Stop it. See, when mature adults do things, they ain't got to hide it. It is what it is. They upfront about it. This is what I did. I got to deal with the consequences, whatever they may be. I respect those kind of individuals. Just keep it real with me, right? Some people are like, I don't want to know. I mean, everybody's different. She said, use a condom. I 100% agree. She said, don't bring home some babies. I 100% agree. She said, control your side piece or whatever. 100% agree, 1000%. Now, I'm not advocating cheating. That's not what I'm doing. I'm just pragmatic about it. People going to do what people going to do. If you do it, if you go down this road, and I'm talking to men and women, the very least you can do is to make sure that you are protected and that you don't bring something back to the other person who has no idea. They ain't get no fun out of it. They don't know nothing about it. Oops, surprise, you got herpes. How'd I get herpes? Well, I forgot to tell you that. Remember when I went out of town? It always starts like that, right? Remember when? It always starts like that when somebody's going to tell you they cheated on you. So I always just say, remember when I told you my car broke down and then my best girlfriend Sheila picked me up? Well, it really wasn't Sheila. It was a king from the choir. Remember him? Oh, you mean your ex-boyfriend? Yeah, him. And we went back to his place, and it always starts the same way, right? We know how this stuff goes. I think she makes an excellent point. I just want to get it here for people that can feel what she's trying to say. I don't think she's advocating. She's just saying, look, it's all about what you do. These men, and I'll talk about men because I'm a man, but these men is out here running around, not using condoms. It's not just irresponsible. It's not just life-threatening. But because of all of that, is disrespectful. And that's what she meant by respectfully cheating. Okay, I'm not advocating it. I'm just saying if you're going down that road, the least you can do to your unsuspecting partner is to strap it up. That's the least you can do. That's the least you can do. If you never gonna tell them, they're never gonna find out. You're going, cheaters do this stuff all the time. They lie to themselves and tell themselves, like I said earlier, that the reason why I'm not telling the other person is because I'm protecting them. No, you're lying. You're protecting yourself because you just don't want to have a difficult conversation. And you don't want to deal with the consequences. And I think in some cases it's like people don't want to change the way other people look at them. Like if I tell him this, he always gonna be suspicious of me. Well, he should rightfully be suspicious of you. That's his right to be suspicious per what you did. Same thing, she always gonna be suspicious of me. She never gonna let it go. Well, that's the consequences of your decision. That you gonna have to deal with that if you're gonna be a stand-up dude. Not having babies. If you're gonna be a cheater, be an ethical cheater. That's all I'm saying. If you're going to be a cheater, be an ethical cheater. Does that make any sense? Is that oxymoronic, the ethical cheater? I don't think so. I don't think so. And for anybody out there who's like, it's all the same, let me challenge you. Let me put you in that situation. You're in a relationship with somebody. Y'all long-term committed. Okay. Let's say you're married. And this is for men and women. You're married. You've been married for many years. Y'all stood before the church, the whole 9 yards, right? Y'all married now. You find out that your spouse cheated on you. Okay. Your spouse comes to you and sits you down one day and says, remember that time? Because it always starts that way. It always starts with, remember that time I told you I was going to Myrtle Beach? Well, I really went to Cancun. It's always something like that, right? They sit down, they look you in the eyes, and they tell you. And they say, look, I did this. I'm not proud of it. It's never going to happen again. I want to tell you face to face. I used a condom. Okay, I felt so bad about it. I got tested afterward. I didn't tell you this, but in the time between it happened, I went and got an HIV test, and I'm clean. I don't have nothing. Everything's cool, right? And I want to let you know. So that's two scenarios. They tell you that. The second scenario is you're in a long-term relationship. This is for men and women. You're in a long-term relationship. And through a series of just events, right? I'm not even sure how I want to define this scenario. Let's just say you come across some information that raises your antenna that perhaps your spouse stepped out on you. They cheated on you. And then you confront them. And at first they deny it. Becomes this whole big old thing, but you can kind of tell like, nah, something ain't right here. You get that feeling in your stomach like, oh God, I think it really happened, right? All that stuff. And then they tell you that they didn't wear a condom. And then they tell you that they have, and not only that, but they got a baby on the way. Wouldn't you look at those two scenarios completely different? Like, cheating is cheating. But for me, I'm going to look at those two scenarios differently. They're not the same. They're not the same in terms of the actions of the cheater. So I think one is more ethical, more respectful than the other. That's just my take on it. I think Sis made a good point. What do you think? Cass writes, he was the water boy. It's okay, Nate. Oh, you too, Cass? Damn. I don't know why y'all want to change this story. I told you he was a starter. It's the truth. Talking about he was the water boy. Even you jumping in, Cass? That's hilarious. Cass writes, how do you cheat respectfully? Ask for permission. That's just an open relationship. I'm explaining how you cheat respectfully. I think the sister makes a good point. Matter of fact, let me go back here and play this again. She makes an excellent point. And it's a point that challenges conventional wisdom, But I think I understand what she's saying. I'm gonna play this again and tell me if this doesn't make sense to you.
I believe in cheating respectfully. I never tell my man like, oh, you can go cheat on me.
So cheating respectfully to me is cheating where I don't find out, is having control over your other women, is using condoms and not having babies. Like, cheat respectfully, because believe it.
Right, like cheat respectfully. Again, I want to preface this. I am not promoting infidelity. I'm not saying go out and cheat. I don't care what you do. That's your business. All I'm saying is I think it's never well, in this case, it is what you do. But even after what you do is how you do it. Right? So some might say that cheating in and of itself is disrespectful. I would agree with you. I got you. But even in that, there are actions that you can take that can make it even more disrespectful. Okay? That can make it even more disrespectful. And she just told you, not with. So listen, let me ask you here. How many people here in a relationship, if you don't want your spouse to step out at all, I get that. I'm saying hypothetically, your spouse steps out. I just gave you two scenarios. Which scenario do you think is more or less respectful? I think the first scenario is more respectful. Number one, it's going to be said for, there's got to be, there's got to be something said for, there's got to be something said for there's got to be certain, I respect a grown person that can look you in the eye and just give it to you straight. Who don't respect that? This is what I did. This is what it is. I'm sorry. I apologize. Like, when did that stop being respectful? Like, even after you made a mistake, because people make mistakes, things happen, all that kind of stuff. People fall out of love. People's insecurities get in play. It's a million reasons why people do this stuff, for male and female. Same thing with men. The biggest misconception about men is that when men cheat, it's always just about sex. You got a lot of dudes out here trying to, as Rihanna said it, fix their inner issues with a bad bitch. That was Rihanna. She said that. You dudes out here trying to fix their inner issues by sleeping with a woman that they think is really got it going on, is really attractive. There's a lot of men that get caught up with that. A lot of men. It's their insecurity that's really motivating them. Just telling you. So just to let you know, because we want to vilify men, but not here on this show. We are pro man on this show. I think sis makes an excellent point. Let me go back here. I want to read your chat this morning. Good morning, everybody. I'm going to start the show off with a little something different. You know what I'm saying? Why not? It's a Friday. Natasha writes, good morning, rise and shine. Good morning to you. Jerome is in the house. He writes, good morning, Nate and the Choppers. Tiff writes, good morning, all. Glenn is in the house. He writes, morning, Nate, in the Facebook Choppers. Flows rated E for everybody. Jane is in the house. Well, good morning, Jane. Good to see you. Sister Iris writes, good morning, great people. Good to see you, sis. Sister Iris. Daryl writes, good morning, Nate and the Choppers. Tamika writes, grand risings, Choppers, happy Friday. It is a happy Friday. Hey, Naisha, how you doing? Always good to see you, always. She writes, good morning. It's just so many talented people in the city, man. We got so much talent here. Let me write, good morning, good Friday, everyone. David writes, good morning, Nate and the Choppers. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Naisha writes, was too cold. When, this morning? Oh, yesterday? Yeah, it was. Daryl writes, hey, y'all better have some heat up there next week when I get there. I'm not sure what the weather is. I'll be honest with you, I don't even check the weather. I'm not really a big weather checker unless I don't know, somehow it comes across my my radar screen that we're going to have some kind of like severe weather. Yes, and collected petition signatures. What's up, Natasha? Good to see you. Sandra's in the house. She writes, morning, banks full of COVID. Right. Banks full of COVID. Right. And I don't know why local media is not jumping on side. Oh my God, local media. What we doing here is, it has never been more crystal clear that what we're doing with CDM has never been more important to this city and beyond than it is right now. It's never been more important and will never been more important. because I'm just not. I'm too often disappointed. I'm too often disappointed. And they say, listen, you should be the change you want to see. So I'm doing that. Andrea writes, good morning, all. Sandra writes, thanks, Nathan Ivy, keeping it real. Oh, absolutely. We keep it real. Listen, whatever this show becomes, whatever we do, yes, I'm the host. I'm the primary engine that makes it all go. All right. We got that. But this is a we thing. We do this together. You being here, you sharing the show, you telling people about the show. Listen, it lifts the show up in ways I can never do by myself. Nakia writes, good morning. Good to see you, Nakia. Come on in, family. Come on in. All are welcome. It's a welcome place for everybody. Eb writes, good morning, great people. Have a wonderful Good Friday and safe weekend. Absolutely, Eb G. Good to see you. Ashley writes, good morning, Nathan and the Choppers. Happy Friday. Happy Friday, everybody. Good to see everyone. Good to see you. Good to see you. Wait a minute. Lisa writes, my condolences and prayers to you and your family. What happened? What I miss? What's going on with Crystal and her family? You all right? What's happening? I didn't see anything. I haven't really been on Facebook like that in the last week or so and on other people's pages, but I'm not sure what's going on. Crystal, you okay? Oh, here it is. Here it is. She writes, heavy-hearted this morning, family, burying my favorite auntie this morning, Amy this morning. If you don't mind, pray for my family today. Thanks. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Condolences to you and your family. And it's a powerful thing. It's a very powerful thing. Oh, Most Def put her arms around Crystal this morning. Nat writes, TGIF Choppers. Good morning to you, Nat. Good to see you. Cass writes, hey, Choppers. Good morning to you, Cass. Hope you're feeling better, sis. Kush writes, good morning, Nate and the Choppers. Lisa writes, he's telling us he's sick of us and our ish, LOL. Glenn writes, you are not presentable, Nate, and you cannot get into my club. You talk about J. Raj. You know what? We are going to start a fresh code here on the Nathan Ivy Show. Picking up off what J. Raj is doing. Sometimes when you're a visionary, people can't see your vision. So we are going to start a fresh code. No tracks here in the Chop Shop. I don't want to see your tracks in your... Listen, I'm judging your profile pics. If your profile pic is not up to our fresh code, you got to have a fresh profile pic in here. Pic short for picture. You will be barred, removed from the Chop Shop. It's the new fresh code. It went in place on April 1st. Okay? So I'm just saying. Nakia writes, well put, Nate. Glenn writes, Nate sound like he got that first day of school feeling this morning. Get him, Nate. Oh, man, I love doing the show. I love being with you. It's a real passion for me. And I just love picking people's brains and seeing and getting people's thoughts on what's going on and talking about different issues. Like I said, for my people that's in the hardcore politics, you know I got that in me. I go hard in the paint when it comes to politics, but I can't talk about politics every day. It would bore the shit out of me. It's just I like a lot of different things. I'm not into just one thing. Cheating respectfully, that's a new one, Tracy. You know, I thought about you, Tracy. I did. I thought about you when I was preparing for this topic. I was like, I was trying to think about the Choppers and how they might respond. And I know over the years when we talk about cheating, you don't play no games. You don't give no breath, no space, no nothing. But yes, cheating respectfully. I'm not saying that you should go out and cheat. What you do is what you do. All I'm saying is that, and I've made this point before to men, like if you're going to do this, then there's a way you do it. To women, if you're going to do this, there's a way you do it. There's a way you do it in which is respectful. In the modern day age, if you having sex with one person and y'all in a relationship, and unbeknownst to them, you out here doing somebody else, you have a duty to make sure you do whatever you can to make sure you don't bring home no diseases. You got a duty to make sure you do whatever you can to make sure you ain't bringing home no babies. And you got a duty to make sure you do whatever you can to make sure you ain't bringing home no drama. You already a cheating, lying ass motherfucker. You gonna add all that stuff to it? Have some respect. That's the whole point. I think sis made an excellent point. Can I get it here? Anybody agree with that? I know it's challenging the way we think about things, but that's what you get on the Nathan Ivey Show. Cass is hilarious. Glenn writes, he was the starting punter. So y'all got jokes for days, man. He was not. He was actually a starter. As if it makes a difference. I mean, starter, non-starter. I mean, that has nothing to do with the point. But everybody know the football players get all the women. They get first dibs because football season starts when college opens up. UC open in September, right there for football season. They walking around like the 300 on campus. You know what I'm saying? Been working out all summer. That's how it goes. Shit, I mean, it is what it is. Charge it to the game. Cass is hilarious. Oh man, y'all are too funny, man. No one man should have all this fun. Brittany, what's up, Brittany? Good morning to you. So if you don't know, Cass and Brittany are the dynamic duo behind the Melanin Insights podcast. You can find it right now wherever you listen to audio podcasts. And oh, by the way, they got a Facebook page up of the similar name, Melanin Insights Podcast. Make sure you check them out and lift them up as they start this podcast journey. That show, I think very highly of it. I think very highly of what they can do and what they are doing. So check them out. So not only is it available for audio, but they live stream on Sundays at 5:30. Now that's where we're doing it right now. I mean, that might be something to change. I'm not sure. But that's where it is right now. And you can watch the video on our Facebook page right now. Check it out for yourself. Hey, what's up, Ronald? I did receive your message, man, and I'm a man of my word. I mean, I will definitely reach out to you over the weekend, and we'll set up a time for you to come on and talk about your Senate run. Most def. Nat writes, sounds like a plan. Iris writes, it's not cheating because he's not in a relationship. I see you, sis. I see you. You know how I feel about it. Unless you married. But just according to Hoyle, cheating, stepping out, having sex with two different people, you got a responsibility in that. You got a major responsibility. If you're the person that's doing it, you got a responsibility. See, Wilson writes, I don't cheat. I practice on other women to be better for my girl. Great attitude, Wilson. Great attitude. Maurice writes, glorious resurrection. If you love and respect each other, if you have to cheat, then remain single. Jericho writes, how is cheating any aspect respectful? It's a disrespectful act. You're right about that. I understand how people say it's a disrespectful act. You're right about that, Jericho. But I gave you two scenarios. So let me say it again. Here's the scenarios. I'm going to move on to some other topics. But I want to get your thoughts on this. So here's a scenario for people that's having some difficulties digesting what I'm saying. Let me break it down to smaller parts for you. Two scenarios. You're in a relationship with somebody. Let's say you're married. Let's say you're married to somebody. Long time. Let's say you 8-9 years married. And your spouse says, listen, I need to talk to you. They sit you down. They look you in your eye. And they start with, remember that time when me and the girls went to Myrtle Beach? Remember that? Well, I didn't really go to Myrtle Beach. I really went to, I don't know wherever. I really went down to Cancun, right? And I went to go see a friend of mine from college down in Cancun. This is your spouse telling you. And as the story goes, they tell you they ended up cheating. They tell you that they used a condom. They tell you that, since this has happened, because it's been maybe it's like a month or two between, they've gotten tested. They completely clean, no HIV, no nothing. Okay. But they want to be honest with you and want to be straight with you. And in whatever you decide, it is what it is. They're begging for your forgiveness. That's the one scenario. The other scenario is, let's just say for whatever reason, I don't know what it might be. I won't say you're going through the phone because who goes through their spouse's phone? I know I don't. Let's say you come through a series of events, you come across some information that leads you to believe that your spouse is cheating on you. You confront your spouse. They deny it. Y'all go back and forth, but you can tell with the energy that something's not right with your spouse. And they finally come through and say, yes, I did it. And I didn't wear a condom, right? And I don't know, I haven't been tested for anything or anything like that. Wouldn't you look at, as the person that, is receiving this information, would you look at those two scenarios any differently? Or are they exactly the same, Jerica? That's my question. I want to know what you think about that. I'm serious. I mean, what you think? If a person has to cheat, then there's a problem in a relationship. Lisa writes, here. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you. Akeem writes, LMAO. Tracy writes, it could just be a problem with the person, not always a reason needed. Yeah, I mean, you know how I feel about this. If you're in a marriage and y'all got a commitment, and like a real commitment, not like a fake commitment, like people run around here. You've known this person 2 months talking about, I'm in a relationship and I'm committed. You've known this motherfucker 2 months. 2 months and I'm committed? That's new, but okay. That's okay. I'm telling you, in a long-term relationship, you're right. Usually when somebody cheats, it has nothing to do with that person that's getting cheated on. Look at Halle. Look at Beyonce. What did Beyonce do? Nothing. But that's men. That's just a man. There's nothing better than New Ilnana. It's just the way a man look at it. I don't care who you are. Anybody can there's no woman in the world that can't be cheated on. It has nothing to do with beauty or success. It has everything to do with that individual. You can be the most beautiful, the most successful. You can have millions of dollars in the bank. You can have whatever. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter. It don't matter. It don't matter. If that person wants to do it, it is what it is. Stefan writes, not using condoms, catching COVID by breathing on them. Jerica writes, there's no ethics involved in cheating. Okay. You saying that now, Jerica, but I just gave you two hypothetical scenarios. And I'd like to know, do you look at those, if you were the person that was receiving, like you're the person that was cheated on, you're going to look at that exactly the same. Okay. Okay, Cass writes, or the least they can do is just admit up front that they don't want to be in a committed relationship and let them decide if they are okay being in an open and go from there. That's my attitude about it. My attitude is just give it straight, even if it's painful, because then, I don't know. I mean, I think there's a difference. If my wife cheated on me, I would prefer that she just tell me rather than I come across it. Because if I come across it, I'm never going to be able to forgive you. And I'm never going to be able to trust you, not forgive. I'm never going to be able to trust you. But if you make a mistake like that, and then you're man enough or woman enough, adult enough to just look them in their face and tell them, I don't know, I think that hits differently. So, I'm sure, I've had a bunch of girlfriends. They probably all cheated because I was cheating too. I mean, I wasn't fucking faithful. I keep telling you, why would I be faithful to somebody and I'm 19, 20, 21, 24? I'm never going to be faithful. Ever. It ain't happening. And we ain't playing them games. I had a girlfriend. She was my main girl. I know how the game is. We all do as men, right? So in hindsight, they was probably doing what they was doing too. Trying to think, how did I find out with my girlfriend? I think, see, she didn't tell me. I caught up. See, that's my brain. See, I'm a Virgo. I'm a highly intelligent Virgo that reads things on multiple levels. So for me, my wheels will start spinning like, that don't make sense. See, things have to make sense to me. If something doesn't make sense to me, that Sherlock Holmes in me just starts working over here. I'm not even conscious of it. It's just like running math problems, equations, Pythagorean theories. It's just running sequences over here until it makes sense and coming up with possible outcomes, right? And I think that's what happened with her. Like some things just didn't add up. I'm like, wait a minute. Where the fuck you been? And I think she gave me some lines. It just didn't work. And then she eventually ended up breaking down. Like, I did it. I'm like, why don't you just keep it 100? Gotta pull all this. What is this, a damn tooth? It's the truth. The truth should come out easier than pulling out a molar. You know what I'm saying? That's just me. Now, I think when you have that kind of attitude, though, you got to take the good with the bad. Like, you can't be the kind of person to tell somebody, like, look, just keep it real with me. But then when they tell you something, you want to fly off the handle and all this kind of shit. Yeah, all that's unnecessary. Dale writes, oxymoronic, Nate, stop it. Okay, I'm on one. I'm on one. Daryl, can I be on one for a minute, please? It is a Friday. I'm on one. I get it. TNT writes, good morning. Let me see. Robert's in the house. He writes, Stefan, you don't have a number one anything. You can't even get signatures. STH, you loser. And what? I'm not reading that, man. What in the hell, Robert? Where did that come from, man? I thought Stefan was good people. Damn. He's got plenty of time to get those signatures. They're not due until a month or two before the election. They got plenty of time. Got the whole summer. Go to all the super spreader events. That's what you got to do. Maurice writes, I have a woman given to me by Yah, and I couldn't cheat on her because she is an answered prayer. I couldn't cheat on her and have to look her in the eyes and tell her that. Okay. See, that means you're a man with some fucking standards. I like that. We need people with standards. We need people with standards. All I know is for me, if my wife come to me and say, listen, I cheated on you. If she comes and tells me and looks me in the eye, I'm going to look at that differently than if my Virgo brain is working on some things that I'm like, this don't compute. And I confront you with it and you break down and tell me. Two completely different types of vibes. And for anyone who's ever been cheated on, because I have been cheated on. I got cheated on in college with my girlfriend. It was so devastating. I was so young then. Looking back, I'm like, man, later for all that, do you? But when what was I? In my 20s? I don't know how exactly I was, mid-20s. You process things differently. If it was now, I'd be like, okay, boo, and just keep on going. We weren't married. I mean, so what? Okay, well, holler at you. You know what I'm saying? Simple as that. But back then, I was so upset about it. I even confronted the dude and was going to beat his ass. And I was like, wait a minute. This ain't how the game goes. He's doing what a man is supposed to do. My problem is with her. You know what I'm saying? So we worked it out as a couple. I think we stayed together, actually. We stayed together. We didn't break up. But then it was just so many issues at that point. We ended up breaking up maybe I don't know, sometime afterward. I can't remember. It's a little bit fuzzy. All I'm saying is there is ethics in cheating. For anybody who's out there like, oh, I don't agree with her. Wrong answer. You should agree with her because she's right. And if you're just coming into the stream, like, what they talking about? Hold on, let me make sure I share this stream too. I want to share it to more places. Give me 1 second. I want to share it to more places this morning. I want everybody to be a part of our conversation. I want everybody to be a part of the conversation this morning. I want everybody to know where we at and what we doing. It means thank you for the shares. Y'all lifting me up. I appreciate it. Thank you. Lift us up, family. I appreciate it. No one does anything by themselves. There's nothing that was built by one person. Nothing. If you're building anything of any importance, it's gonna be a teamwork kind of thing. Every day, all day. There we go. There we go. There we go. Yes, 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 yes. There we go. All right. Let me play this for you one more time, then I want to move on. There's some other things I want to bring up.
And cheating respectfully. I never tell a man like, oh, you can go cheat on me.
So cheating respectfully to me is cheating where I don't find out, is having control over your other women, is using condoms and not having babies. Like, cheat respectfully, because believe it or not, your man is cheating. But I'm not leaving my man over a one-night stand with a period.
I will only leave my man for three things. You bring me home an STD, you have a baby on me, or if you gay. Everything else.
So she said she only gonna leave her man for 3 things. You bring home an STD, you have a baby on me, or you're gay. That's what she said. That's her rules. I mean, that's a whole separate conversation, but I just thought it was an OMG moment, that it was just challenging a lot of people's conventional wisdom. I wanted to share that with you this morning. 513-873-7134. So the title of the show reads 3 OMG moments, but I really got 6 OMG moments. OMG. Here's another OMG moment that is not reflected in today's title or the cover art. And I touched upon this just a little bit, but I want to circle back around and I want to talk about an OMG moment that happened this week coming out of St. Louis. No convictions for St. Louis officers who beat a black undercover colleague at a protest. Remember this story, family? It gets real out here. So, a police officer, black man, was undercover at the protest. This goes back like 3-4 years. Okay. Civil unrest, people in the streets. And so Luther Hall goes undercover. He goes undercover in, disguised as a protester. And he did this because I guess his job was to try to find incriminating evidence or evidence on protesters who might have been doing something wrong during a protest. Maybe they're vandalizing something, or maybe they're doing something related to police or something like that. Maybe somebody's doing something violent toward a police officer. So that's why he was there. Well, he got swooped on by 3 white officers, his colleagues, who didn't recognize him and didn't know that he was a police officer and undercover. And what did they do? They whooped that ass. That's what they did. They put the man in the hospital. Still dealing with his injuries. This happened years ago. They beat him up, took his camera, smashed his camera. That's him right there. That's Luther Hall. Look at his elbow all scraped up, and somebody got a shot on that lip. Now, the officers did not know that he was one of them. They had no idea that he was one of them when they did what they did, right? So he claims they just rolled up on him and started abusing him. He said he wasn't resisting whatsoever. Okay. Big trial. They had witnesses. One of the witnesses for the prosecution was another police officer who was also undercover. Matter of fact, he was Luther Hall's partner, who happened to be white. He got arrested, but he didn't get beat down. Now, as a part of his trial, family, what came out in the evidence is that these 3 officers were sending text messages before they showed up for duty that day. And in the text messages, they were talking about their desire to find a protester and whoop some ass. Now, what I don't understand is, if you're a police officer in a situation like this, why do you have so much animus against protesters? Unarmed black man got shot in what was it was like a traffic incident. Unarmed black man got shot. White police officer gets off. People hit the streets. And you got officers that's in their feelings because people are upset that an unarmed man got killed by the cops and got off. What am I missing? I think that there's elements in these police departments. Like, we know what the bad element is in on some levels. We know part of the bad element in Cincinnati police is the FOB president. You can tell that he's fear-mongering behind closed doors and trying to sow division. And I can just tell that behind closed doors, he's probably telling these officers that the black community don't care about you and you can't make a mistake. It depends on your mistake. I mean, there's some mistakes you make that you can't make, that you're going to have to pay consequences for. It ain't just in that profession. It's in a lot of professions. There's some mistakes that cost you your job. Oops, my bad. Oop. Well, that's not going to be enough to pay for this bill. It is what it is. And they beat this man. Some said he was beaten nearly to death. Eyewitnesses. No convictions happened this week. No convictions were returned for 3 white St. Louis police officers accused of beating a black undercover colleague so severely that he had to undergo multiple surgeries. And it's like, so the jury thinks what? That this undercover officer is what? Just making it all up? So the jury believed that the undercover officer was resisting arrest. Why would an undercover officer resist arrest? That's the most counterintuitive thing I've ever heard in my entire life. It makes no sense. This Luther Hall story was totally, it was totally covered. I mean, if you Google Luther Hall right now, you're gonna get all kind of stuff. So it's out there. It just didn't get major play. It didn't get major play. I believe they got a black police chief down there, Chief John Hayden. And he released a statement this week after the lack of convictions that reads, as you all know, the recent verdict in the trial regarding the incident wherein Detective Luther Hall, was violently assaulted by some of our own did not result in any convictions. Officer accountability has been and will continue to be a pillar of my administration, but this is not enough. Like, how much longer is Detective Luther Hall going to be Detective Luther Hall? Like, how comfortable is he going to feel going back to his job, if in fact that's what he chooses to do, knowing that some of your colleagues beat you to the point where they put you in the hospital, you had to get multiple surgeries, and nothing is going to be done about it whatsoever? Like, could you ever feel comfortable on the job again? Probably not. Hold on one second. I want to pull this up just slightly. There we go. I got a little bit of headroom. That looks a lot. It's so claustrophobic there for a second, right? That looks a lot better. Woo, I can breathe now. Got some headroom. Means everything. Angela writes, hey, good to see you, Angela. She writes, garbage. At 55, ain't much hit. A 20, 30-something can advise me on life matters. Save it for your peers. Okay. She said, listen, I'm beyond all that. All right. Stefan writes, don't cheat at all because what goes around comes around tenfold. Okay. Erica writes, hey, Tracy. Oh, she's talking to Tracy. Brittany writes, say that, Nate. Oh, absolutely. I'm not sure what I was saying. Yo writes, good morning, everyone. Joe writes, morning, Nate and the Choppers. Good morning to you. Robert writes, the Reds are 0-1. Come on, 0-162. Yeah, I saw that. They lost the first game. It is what it is. They got a whole bunch of more games. You never know, they might turn it around. Tracy writes, local media channel 12 was talking with the Banks last night as it relates to DeWine's stance. Guess you missed it. Yeah, I definitely missed it. What did they say about it, Tracy? What did they say about it? Yep. I need you to help me on that one because I don't get a chance to watch a local television live. Now, I'll watch from their websites and get clips, but I don't get a chance to watch too much of it live. DeWine says, unmasked crowds at the Banks Dora are troubling. Well, you know what? DeWine has all the power. I read this. I'm thinking, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Let me get this straight. Let me get this straight. See, somebody needs to call the governor out on his BS. I'm calling BS. You can't have it both ways. You can't make the decision to open the doors for all the businesses and we're going to lift all the restrictions and go back to normal. And then when people in Cincinnati do it, you want to say unmasked crowds at the Banks are troubling. No shit, Sherlock. We already know that, Governor. What did you think was going to happen when you lifted the restrictions? Oh, you thought that people were going to follow the rules? Where do humans do that at? They don't do that here in this city as it relates to COVID. Humans aren't doing that. So now you want to talk about unmasked crowds at the Banks are troubling. You don't say. Really? You mean it could be like a super spreader event? That is such an original thought. I never could have thought of that. Yeah, we know. And DeWine is a part of the problem. He is a part of the problem, y'all. Talking about it's troubling. Yeah, your leadership is troubling. That's what's troubling. Unmasked crowds at the Banks. Of course they are. That's why you shouldn't have put that in place right now. You got to make a decision. Is it about the money? We're going to sell wings, lemon pepper, Carolina gold, barbecue, or is it gonna be we're gonna relax and chill a little bit? Let's wait a little bit longer. Damn. I can already see it, family. I've been saying it. I'm gonna keep saying it. I'm gonna keep saying this, that when the last days are upon us, it's gonna be humans that F it all up. We are gonna mess it all up. It's gonna be humans making dumb, selfish decisions that's gonna cook this planet's goose. It's gonna be us. It's not gonna be the aliens. It's gonna be the humans. It's not gonna be COVID. It's gonna be the humans. Unmasked crowds at the banks are troubling. Then why'd you lift the restrictions? What happened last time you did it? What happened? He lifted the restrictions, right, with the curfew. Humans do what humans do, and then he had to put the curfew back in place again. What makes you think that anything's going to be any different if you're DeWine? What makes you think anything's going to be different? These people down the banks don't give a damn because they want to see the Reds, and they want to eat wings, and they want to drink beer, right? They want to stumble from one place to the next. That's what they want to do. And they want to do it outside. So that's what they're going to do. Humans do what they want to do. Nobody cares about. A lot of humans don't care about the rules. They don't care about how it's going to impact somebody else. They only care about themselves. What did the wine say? Oh, man. Most that people sending a lot of well wishes to Crystal. That is absolutely. She just lost her auntie. Brent writes, good morning, Nate and the Choppers. Checking in from Dallas, Texas. Good morning, Brent. You always welcome. I don't give a damn what Fam don't run nothing but his mouth. That's it. Biggest hypocrite. And I'm not trying to call you out, Fame. That's just how I feel. Maurice writes, if a man and a woman have love, if a man has a woman and they love and respect each other, they would either have to cheat. Why would either have to cheat? Question mark. If a person needs to cheat, they need to be single. I get your understand. I understand where you're coming from. I get it. Robert Anthony writes, my daddy used to say, it's a right way to do the wrong thing. Your daddy was a smart, intelligent man, Robert Anthony. Good morning to you. That's another way of saying exactly what the sis said. There's a right way to do the wrong thing. Do it the right way. I mean, come on. As adults, we make those kind of decisions all the time on multiple levels. Stop being holier than thou. Stop it. We're acting like you on sin. You sin? Y'all sinning every single day, acting like y'all brand new. Y'all better stop. As adults, we make these kind of decisions every single day as adults, all the time, when it comes to what adults want to do with their life. You know what I'm saying? Politically petty pride. It's people that swear up and down they the biggest Christian, straight up cheating. Straight up cheating. Going to church all the time. They are Christians. And in their head and mind, they figured out a way that it all makes sense. So they can still do what they want to do and still be Christian. People do it all the time. They do it all the time. That's just what it is. Brent writes, what is respectful about cheating? Nothing inherently, but how you go about it. Like Robert Anthony's father said, there's a right way to do the wrong thing. Do the wrong thing the right way. Yeah, I'm good. Thank you. Let me see. Anthony writes, don't know if it's respectfully. I say just don't make it messy. If you do, your main should not be embarrassed. The part that would really get me is being around friends that know what's going on. I'm in the dark. As a man, my pride and manhood would definitely take a hit. Yeah, I get it. I definitely get what you're saying, Anthony, 100%. As a man, I get all. As a human, I get it. I get it 100%. I agree with you. Jerome writes, good morning, Nathan and the Choppers. Good morning. Robert writes, if you cheat on someone, don't tell them. That's even more selfish than the cheating. Listen, I agree with you 100%. I just feel like when you're dealing with people, and this goes with children or adults, and you do something that's wrong, because I've been through this on some really wrong shit. I feel like the first step of that process is to sit face to face with that individual and deal with it. Eat it. Grow from it. But to run from it, I think shows a lack of character and a lack of respect for that other individual. That's just my opinion. Other people might feel differently about it. Some people might feel like, well, it's more respectful to never say anything, because then that way, if they never find out, I'm respecting you. That's some psycho bullshit that people tell themselves, because it lets the cheater off the hook. That's all that is. You ain't sparing nobody's feelings but your own. That's all you're really doing. That's how I look at it. You know what I'm saying? That's how I look at it. Cam writes, good morning, all. Nicole writes, yes, I cheated on you, baby. Baby, I deserve what? Angela writes, why stop with cheater? Let's condone lying. Let's condone stealing. This is tomfoolery. I've been very careful in saying that we're not condoning cheating. That's not what I'm saying. Okay. This conversation is not as simple and straightforward as that. It's a little bit more complex than that. I'm not condoning cheating. I'm not pro cheating. I'm not saying go out and cheat. What I'm saying is, if you do, be ethical about it. That's what I'm saying. Be ethical about it. Carmelita's in the house. She writes, good morning, Ain't the Choppers, TGIF. Good morning to you. Jerica writes, cheating is cheating. You can't make it any better by protecting yourself. I disagree with you. I disagree with you. I disagree with that. Cheating is cheating. You're right. But again, I think there's a big difference. And Jerica, you still haven't, and if you answered it, I missed it, I apologize. You didn't answer my question about those two scenarios. On one scenario, your partner sits you down, looks you in the eye, and tells you, here's what I did. And oh, by the way, I was protected. And oh, by the way, even in the time I didn't tell you, I went and got tested. So I'm all clean, baby. I ain't got no HIV or nothing like that. I apologize. Boom, this is what it is. That's one scenario. The other scenario is your brain is working on something and you just can't figure it out, and you confront your partner and they end up confessing to you. And through the confession, you find out that they didn't wear a condom. And you're going to tell me those are the same, you're going to have the same feeling. I wouldn't have the same feeling. I would not feel the same toward my spouse in both those two scenarios. In one of them, I'm going to be pissed no matter what. But in one of them, I'm pissed. Now I'm concerned about whether I got HIV. Do I have herpes? And I ain't even get no climax. You know what I'm saying? If I'm going to catch an STD, damn it, I'm getting a climax out of it. I'm getting something out of it. I don't want to get an STD because of something somebody else do. Are you nuts? Hell no. 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 One is far more less ethical and disrespectful than the other. I'm just saying. Tell me what you think, Jerica. I'm really curious to hear your thoughts. Maurice writes, a person who cheats and justified it is the one with the problem. There's no justification for cheating, period. I'm not talking about justifying cheating. Y'all mishearing me. I'm not justifying it. I've been very upfront and very clear about that. Tracy writes, I love people who cheat first and cry later. You're only sorry you got caught, not sorry you cheated. It depends on how they tell you. You know, part of the reason why men get caught cheating is because I think that, generally speaking, men are more honest than women. I mean, generally speaking, men are more honest when it comes to that kind of thing than women. And it's the reason why they're a little bit sloppy about it. You know, like when we say, well, women will keep it tight to the vest, that's because women are, generally speaking, less honest than men. You know what I'm saying? Men are more honest, generally speaking, than women. Because a man will go out and do something and on some levels feel compelled to tell his spouse about it, right? That's how some men are, generally speaking. Women, and everybody agree, will do something and will take it to their grave. So that means they're less honest. Let's call it what it is. Eat it. Deal with it, Tracy. You brought it up. Deal with it. We know it's true. Cleopatra Jones writes, Grand Rises, Nathan Ivy and the Choppers. Hey, good morning to you. Good to see you, Cleopatra. Let me see. Angela writes, Does cheating respectfully mean it'll never come to light? Finding out has blown up the best of respectful cheating men. Here's what I would say to men out there. All my men out there. Number one, I would say don't cheat. That's number one. That's the first thing I would say. If don't cheat. If you want to be in a relationship with a woman and have sex with other people, then get with the kind of woman who will let you do that and tell her up front. Just be upfront about it. Don't drag a woman that's not looking for that kind of relationship into that kind of relationship. That's all I'm saying. Secondly, I don't condone cheating. I would say you shouldn't cheat. But if you do it, then make sure you do it in an ethical manner. Make sure you're cheating in an ethical manner. Okay? That's all I would say. Let's go to the phones. Good morning. Welcome to the show.
Hi, this is Mrs. Love Van Black. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm sorry I didn't catch your name, sis.
This is Love Van Black.
Oh, hey, Mrs. Love being Black. How you doing?
I'm doing fine. I was calling in to talk about this cheating situation, what you was talking about. Okay, I got some things I agree with you, and I got some things I don't agree with you. And one of the things that I don't agree with you is that men are more honest than women. No. Most of the time, the reason why the men get caught, it's not because they confess or they felt guilty. Most of the time, it's the other woman who calls the woman and tell her about the situation and the cheating. And because women are more emotional beings, when they cheat, they get connected and attached to the man and want him to be theirs. So they're going to let the other woman know. That's how most of the time men get caught and found out. Then, on top of that, when it comes down to it, men dislike the situation of being able to get their rocks off. And so they easily would keep a secret. It's not that they're honest. They dislike their situation and what they got going on, that I can get my rocks off without any attachment. So they're not going to the other man most of the time in most cases. Sometimes you might run into that sucker MC who might feel getting his feelings and want to go tattletale. But overall, it's usually women who go tattletale on the man. Then on top of that, I agree. The part I agree with you with is the understanding of, okay, yeah, I cheated, you confess, and you protected yourself and all that stuff. And even though I'm going to still go get tested, I understand it. But my thing is, let's not cheat in the beginning. If you feeling some kind of way, I've been married to you or with you as long as you've been with me. If you feeling like you want something different, I might be feeling the same way. Have a conversation. And then either we can talk about staying together, talk about even maybe, this world and I ain't in other people's relationship. They might decide to give a hall pass. But what thing they need to do is keep it within themselves and quit going by what everybody else saying, because everybody's relationship don't look the same and look different. So a lot of times a conversation with each other might help your situation that you don't have to go out and seek somewhere else. And that's pretty much what I've called in about.
So you really believe that women are more honest than men when it comes to cheating?
No, I really believe that men get told on by the other woman the reason why it seems like they're more honest. But no, men are not honest. Men can have 2 or 3 men. It depends on the individual. You can't really say men or women. You can say individuals. Some situations of individuals, that man can take it to his grave and woman never find out if the other woman don't say nothing. And then in some situations, it's the same way with a woman. So it's all about the individuals of that situation. It's the majority of the time, a man get caught not because the man went and told the woman. It's because the other woman found out a girl's number and called her and let her know what was happening, because she hoping they break up so she can have him for herself. That's what the case usually be. Mm-hmm. And every now and then you might get a man who feel that way and tell the other man. But most of the time, men like, shoot, I can get it in. I ain't got to worry about the commitment or none of that. I ain't never saying nothing. I ain't messing up a good thing.
Right.
And that's why it's different.
You're right about that.
And that's where it's different.
All right, Mrs. Love being Black, I appreciate the call.
All right.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, she's right about that. Because a man, he's like, oh, this is good? Psh, I ain't saying shit. I'm gonna ride this motherfucker until it is nothing left. That's how a man's mentality, right? But everybody knows that a woman, see, women try to have it both ways. Women are far less honest when it comes to this relationship stuff. I mean, there's some elements of truth in what sis said, no doubt about it. I can't deny she made some points. But everybody knows that when you say that, women don't get caught, women are cheat and never say anything, that's because they less honest. They'll bury that shit deep somewhere and convince themselves that, because women are really good at convincing themselves of whatever they need to do. Women are really good at telling themselves, a woman can tell themselves whatever they need to do to do whatever dirt they need to do to find a place of comfort inside their own heart. You know that, and I know heart, and you know that. But I can't say that she didn't say some things that ring true to me. I'm not saying I'm unmovable on this. I'm not saying that. What do you think? Jerica writes, pause. That's the chick from the Bad Girls Club. She's no voice of reason. Well, sis, even a broken clock is right 2 times a day. Okay, she's a chick for the Bad Girls Club. You gonna hold that against her because she on a reality television show? Let me see. That's her right there. You gonna hold that against her? I think she dropped facts. You gonna hold that against her? I mean, okay. She got one today. She got one in. Today, she was right, in my opinion. Let's go back to the phone, shall we? Good morning. Welcome to the show.
Good morning, Nathan. How are you?
I'm doing great. Who am I speaking with?
Good. It's Jerica.
Hey, Jerica. I didn't catch your voice.
Hey.
What's
That's
up?
okay.
What is up? How are you?
Nothing much, sir. Now, you knew that this would jingle my tree when you started talking about this whole cheating thing and the women and men thing, because there's no ethics at all in cheating. And I was listening to this. Am I listening to the correct show? Because this is nonsense. How is it? And help me understand. How is it that any aspect of cheating is respectful?
Well,
how is that?
Well, let me tell you how.
Okay, I'm listening.
Okay, so this conversation started because I saw a clip from the Bad Girls Club. Did you see the clip that I played?
I did. It was nonsense.
Okay. So I don't have to go over again. So so I think I agree with what she's saying. So I think we both agree that inherently cheating is dishonest and it is inherently unethical. But even inside of that, there's some things you can do that can make it a little bit more ethical, like making sure you wear a condom. Like making
it ethical is it ethical?
Yeah.
Or is it that you are just trying to protect yourself and then you'll just cloak that as you are really trying to protect me?
Well, I'm just saying, it's more respectful if you're gonna cheat. To hold on one second, my son is here. Hold on one second. You want to say hello? Say hello, Jerica.
Hi.
Hey, sweetie.
Say Jerica.
Hi, Jerica.
Okay.
Hey, Munchkin.
All right. I love you. Have a great day. And the wifey's taking my money off my desk here. Taking my cash.
There you go. Now that's what you're supposed
Okay.
to do. Now that's ethical.
That's ethical, right? Is anything left? Oh, yeah. I'm good. It's all good. You can take whatever you want. Take it all. All right. So back to Jerica. So are you telling me that you would look at the same if your husband sat you down, looked you in the eyes and said, look, something happened. They tell you what they did. They admit it to you. And they tell you, I did wear a condom. And it's been some time since this incident happened. I didn't know how to tell you. I felt some kind of way about it. I also went and got tested. I'm clean, baby. I apologize, but I ain't got no STDs. I didn't give you anything. That's one scenario. The other scenario is your female spider sense is going off. You're like, something ain't right. You just put it all together. You confront your spouse. He denies it. And to the point he can't deny it anymore, you drag it out of him. He tells you what happened. And on top of he tells you that he didn't wear a condom and he has no idea about his HIV status. Are you going to tell me you're going to look at those the same?
To be completely honest with you, Nathan, I would. Let me explain. I will look at them the same. However, emotionally, it would tax me differently, right? The anger will be there in both parts. I would be devastated in both parts because you violated me. You violated our relationship and in this union. But him protecting himself and doing all that testing is really for himself. It's not for me. So he can try to rationalize it all by saying he did all of these things, but it wasn't truly to protect me, because if you really wanted to protect me and protect and respect me, you wouldn't have done it in the first place. Now, with your scenario, it's one person, he's lying in one scenario, he's not lying in the other. So what? It's semantics. Like, it's still the same outcome. You still cheated on me. So in my opinion, there is no ethics. If you're going to cheat, like the young lady said, if you're going to cheat before you go, let's have a conversation. Give me a choice. Because I may be okay with you cheating. I may let you cheat and not say anything, because there's that too, right? Because if I know that you're cheating, or you tell me that you're cheating, and I'm not going to leave, there's no sense in me saying anything to you about your cheating. I might as well just let you cheat in peace. So give me the option to stay or to go. But to say that there is any kind of ethics in it, or to do it respectfully, I think it's a slap in the face. It makes no sense. Because go ahead. Mm, because 100%, there's no respect in it. Sorry, stop using the word respect. With cheating, there is no respect in cheating. Didn't you one of these
We
days, like, what's the whole saying? If you lie, you cheat, you steal. Like, there's a whole thing that goes along with that. But a condom does not 100% protect anyone from anything. So you're going to come to me and say, hey, I cheated, got a little piece, but know this, I did get tested and I wore a condom. So we're good. And
now
I'm
we're
supposed to
good.
say, oh,
No,
well, I'm thankful.
no,
Thanks for thinking of me.
Jerica, I'm not saying it's gonna be like, oh, because you wear a condom, everything is good with the cheating. I'm just saying it's a
No,
more
no.
respectful way
Okay.
of doing it.
Okay. All right. So you're just saying he's just not reckless,
I'm just
because there's
saying
a
there's
difference.
levels to it. One is more reckless and therefore more disrespectful than the other.
So you would be okay with respectfully cheating on your life?
I never said I'd be okay.
You
I would look at it
that's a
differently though.
question.
Like if my wife cheated on me and she sat me down and told me, looked me in the eye and told me, and she said, look, I wear a condom and I've gone through testing, I'm gonna look at that differently than if she told me that she didn't and she ain't got, I had to drag it out of her and she has no idea about her HIV status or her STI status. I'm gonna look at that because now you put my life on the line. Now you're
Okay, so wait a minute.
compounding the
So Paul,
emotional
what if you didn't have to drag it out of her?
distrust.
What if she brought it to you? What if she brought it to you? Same scenario in both. If she comes to you and says, hey, I cheated. It wasn't supposed to happen. It just happened. Didn't use a condom. Or, hey, I cheated. I did use a condom. Both of those situations, you would say, oh my God, you cheated on me, but at least you protected me. At least you thought about me. Like,
Yeah. Yeah,
you'd
because
be
think about
okay
it,
with that?
Jerica.
Nathan,
Think about
Nathan,
it.
if you
Think
don't quit
about it.
lying on this
In
family, stop lying.
No, I'm being real with you. Think about it. So in the
Okay, I'm
example, if
listening.
it's me, I'm gonna be real with you. If it's me, I gotta deal with
Uh-huh.
the emotional betrayal no matter what. You've already done it. If you didn't use
Mm-hmm.
protection and you don't know your status, now I gotta deal with that too. Now, on top of the emotional issues I'm dealing with, our relationship, our trust, my pride, now I gotta deal with the fact that I don't know if I got something.
Oh, okay. And all of those different factors combined shows disrespect. There's no respect in that. That's what I'm saying. Like, how are you saying that this is respectful in
It's
any
respectful
way?
cheating. There's a
It's,
respectful way,
oh
there's
my
a
God.
right way to do even the wrong thing.
Oh my God.
There's
Okay.
a
And yet you're
there's a
saying you're
right
not
way to
promoting
do even
cheating.
something that's wrong. That's all I'm saying.
And that's something that a wrong person made up just to justify that, just to make them
Maybe,
look better.
maybe.
Because that made no sense. When he said that, I was like, I wonder
No,
if your dad was a husband,
it's my right.
like,
No, it
or
makes
was he
sense.
just the baby's daddy?
It makes sense in
No.
this scenario right here. It fits for what we're talking about right now. It does make sense.
Oh, it doesn't.
You know,
But
you're
it's
making a
okay
bad
because
situation worse by being irresponsible and not wearing condoms, coming home with babies, coming home with STDs, STIs. You made a bad situation infinitely worse. Because I'm gonna get over the cheating, I can't get over HIV. I can get over cheating, I
right.
can't get over
But
herpes. I can't get over that.
let's look at the root of it. You are the issue. I'm not the issue. You're the issue. So you brought this on yourself, and then you brought it on me.
Right.
So I'm going to come back regardless of what happened. I got to deal with you. So I mean, it all boils down to that person. And I think all of these things that you're saying is all to make that person who did the cheating feel better. It's not for me, because I'm going to feel bad regardless. It's a very selfish, disrespectful, unethical act. Period.
So let me try this one last time.
Okay.
Hypothetically, okay, you and
Yeah.
your husband come to you and tell you he cheated, didn't wear a condom, and oh, by the way, he got a baby on the way. You gonna tell me you gonna look at that the same as if he sits you down, if he sits you down and tells you, I cheated on you, I wore a condom, no STDs, no babies. You tell me those are the same scenarios. I don't think they're the same.
Cheating is cheating. Again, okay, so the difference is the outcome. The outcome may possibly be different. With the first scenario, I may be like, you know what, I'm out. I don't have time for this. I'm not dealing with it. The second scenario, I may be more inclined to say, maybe we need to go to therapy, yada, yada, yada. I may be willing to stay. So that's the only difference in the outcome. But cheating,
your husband cheat on you and give you an STD, you're going to be pissed. And you're going to think differently, right, I think, than if he cheated on you and didn't give you an STD.
Sorry, I'm going to be pissed regardless. Regardless.
All right.
Regardless. Cheating is cheating, Nathan. You should keep that in mind. I really hope you're not considering cheating respectfully on your wife.
No,
I hope she doesn't respectfully cheat on you.
No. Whatever I do. She'll know. But no, I'm not thinking about that.
But if that were to happen, you would go to her first. If you had a desire, right, to cheat, would you go to your wife first and say, hey?
Oh, absolutely.
Ms. Nathan Ivy. You would?
Absolutely.
Nathan.
Yeah, if I decide to go that route, she gonna know about it beforehand.
Okay.
I don't have time for no lies. I don't have time for none of that. Either you're gonna say yes or you're gonna say no. I'm either gonna do it or I'm not gonna do it. I'm too grown for all of that. I'm not doing none of that.
So what you're saying in essence, it sounds like to me, and I may be wrong. Mm-hmm. Are you saying that cheating is okay?
No, I think
it's done respectfully?
No, I'm not saying that. I've said it over and over again. I am not pro cheating. I would tell men, you're married, to stay faithful to your lady. Don't cheat on her. Don't ever lie to her about something you're doing. Just be 100 with her about everything.
Right. But where's your butt at? Because it's coming.
There is no but.
But if you do cheat, okay.
But if you do cheat, oh yeah, I'll tell this man all the time. If you gonna cheat, you can't put her life in danger because you a rotten bastard.
But when you throw that butt in there, that negates everything you said before that.
No, it don't negate anything.
For me, it sounds like what you're saying is you shouldn't cheat, but if you do, it's okay, and this is what you need to do to make sure that you're doing it the respectful way. And I'm
saying that except for the it's okay. No, you got it right.
Okay.
Everything you just said is 100% except for when you said it's okay. Other than that, you got it right. That's exactly how I look at it. You shouldn't cheat, but if you do it ethically, do it respectfully. Don't put her life in danger. Don't put your spouse's life in danger because you so selfish and you want to feel it that you're not wearing condoms and you bringing home babies and you bringing home STDs. You're making a bad situation infinitely worse.
Right. Okay.
That's what I was saying.
We agree on some aspects, but on the majority we don't. But it's cool.
All right, Jerica. Always great to hear your voice. Right, yeah, most definitely.
You too. Take care. Bye.
Yep. Jerica's got the best voice. Good to hear from her. No, I ain't. See, I know people gonna twist this. Oh, Nathan is pro. No, I'm not saying that at all. What's the point of getting married if you're gonna just try to lie to somebody? Who got time for that? Why would you want to be married to somebody you got to lie to? That seems like a drag, a lifetime drag. No one's got time with that. Lawrence writes, according to YouTube sensation Kevin Samuels, high-value men don't cheat. They exercise options. Well, if they're not married, he's right about that. Because like I told you, you can't cheat on somebody unless you're married. I might give you engagement like the night that, I don't know, maybe engagement. Because an engagement is nothing more than a promise. There ain't no real go before God commitment. That's just you telling somebody, I promise this. That ain't nothing. That is nothing. That's easy peasy to break. When you go before your God, you stand up in front of your God, your family, and you look at that person in the eyes and make that commitment. That's when your commitment starts. I don't want to go through all that though. Let me move on. 513-873-7134. There is a link in today's description that will take you over to my friends at Renew Community Church. They're doing something different to kick off the calendar year 2021. And as a matter of fact, we got Charlie Winburn coming in at 8:30 a.m. on Monday. We're going to have a deeper conversation about the Focus 2021 series. This is a free ebook that you can download to whatever device you want to download it to this morning. You can do it today. While you're going through that process at renewcommunitychurch.org. Again, there's a link in today's description. You can check it out there. You can also sign up for 30 minutes of professional coaching with Charlie Winburn. 30 minutes of professional coaching. It could be on a spiritual matter or a business matter or whatever. It's up to you. There's a little bit of a process. They want to get some information to know who you are and what you want to talk about beforehand. And as I understand it, the space is limited, space being taken up really, really quickly. So I want to make sure that my audience gets first dibs. If you're interested, if you're not, cool. This is only for the folks that's interested. Make sure you make that happen, make that connection today, and follow the link in the description. All right, download today. To the phones we go. Good morning. Welcome to the show.
Hey, buddy. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Doing great. Brother Fame, welcome.
No, this is Say.
Say
from
Say.
The project.
What's up, Say?
Yeah. Hey, first of all, you're talking about the cheating issue. I don't find any humor in this, or just anybody's or your sensibility either. I lost a friend because of this cheating. Kid I know, we met when we were 7, 8 years old. You know, playing in the PJs in the projects, and then I forget how old I was, but I was an adult, and I hadn't had children yet, so I was under 25. Found out his girl cheated. How did he find out? Because she gave him the sickness, HIV. He couldn't deal with it. He went over to her. The girl lived like 3 apartments from my sister, 3 townhouses from my sister, one of my sisters. My dude, he couldn't take it. He went over there in the middle of the night and turned her TV off and his because she gave him the sickness. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you doing that, you better be extra careful. And even still, if you're a professional cheater with class, respect, responsibility, as you say, you know, you still don't know how the person's going to react when they find out you cheated. So I really just that conversation is bugging me out because it made me think of that whole situation. And if I'm not mistaken, I might have lost another friend the same way, but I know this one did. It was on the news and everything locally. But hey, did the Reds win last night? Yesterday?
To be honest with you, brother, I don't even know. Let me check out real quick. I'm on.
Yeah, I figured you would know because black people don't watch baseball. That's your damn problem.
Oh, I hear you. Hold on, let me see real quick.
You ask a black person, did the Reds win? You might as well say it in Mandarin.
Yeah,
Chinese.
because they're irrelevant.
Irrelevant.
It looks like they.
Yeah, I know they lost, Nathan. It was sarcasm.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I'm trying to answer your question, brother. I'm taking you too seriously. All right, go ahead.
Yeah,
so you're making a point about black people in baseball?
I'm making a point about black people in baseball, yes. You know, we need, like Eric Davis of the Reds said, the reason why black kids don't was 2 people. Eric Davis and a guy named Torrey Hunter, who was a major leaguer whose son didn't play baseball, which was odd. He played college football for Notre Dame. But Eric Davis said part of the reason is because, you know, there's a lack of black fathers around, and this is kind of one of those games that a man needs to introduce you to.
Who said that?
Eric Davis. Used to play for the Reds.
Yeah, I know he is. Trying to think about how I feel about what he said. He might be right. That's his opinion.
And then Torrey Hunter said that one of the reasons black people don't play baseball is because we have a lot of natural athleticism. It doesn't apply in baseball. Baseball's a skill sport. Can you throw a strike? Can you hit a strike? That's all. Doesn't matter how fast you run. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's been one of my crusades for years to get more black children involved in baseball. You know, but speaking of football, have you been following this Deshaun Watson crusade? This mess?
From afar, man. I don't have no details. What's interesting about it? What's going on?
Well, he's got 21 accusers of, inappropriate conduct during a massage. All
Right.
masseuses. These are not just they're masseuses or massai, however, whatever the plural is. And I don't know. I found this strange, a strange type of defense. Maybe, one of the legal minds in the audience can kind of talk about it. His lawyer, the same lawyer who defended Roger Clemens and Adrian Peterson, when Adrian Peterson beat the hell out of his kid, his lawyer went out and found 18 women who said that Deshaun, they gave Deshaun a massage and he wasn't acting inappropriate. And my thing is, who the hell needs 39 masseuses? Why do you have so many different women massaging you? That's a clear indication that you're probably guilty. Why so many? The team doesn't have a massage parlor that they contracted with. Why do you have to go out and into 39 women, and get different massages from them people? I find that a very bizarre defense.
I mean, but
because just because you weren't inappropriate with these 18 doesn't mean that all of these 21 are wrong. I mean, it doesn't mean that they're right either. But 39 different people giving you a massage over the course of 3-4 years that he's been in the league? I find that to be very bizarre.
Do you?
Yeah, that's bizarre.
Yeah, I'm not so sure about that.
That means he's going through all of them, seeing which ones will play and which ones won't.
Maybe he is.
Yeah, because he's an asshole and he's acting inappropriate. One of them said he rolled over and you can see pre-com.
I mean, that's natural. That happens.
After a massage, he had an erection and
he got excited.
The details are graphic as hell.
He got excited during a massage. I could see that. He got excited.
That's why he has 39 different ones.
Like you said, I think you're right. Maybe he was searching for some ones that wanted to play ball. Give him a happy ending.
Yeah, playing ball, exactly. Pardon the pun. Listen, the guy's disgusting. And I heard that, somebody had told me that you was out here talking about me this morning.
I mentioned your name.
Fame don't run nothing.
Oh, yeah, you don't run a goddamn thing with your mouth.
I know. I ain't shit.
I ain't say all that now. I ain't say you wasn't shit. I ain't say that.
Oh, okay. But no, that's all I got. I found it, like I said, I just been scrolling the internet and seen that. I was like, that seems to be a very bizarre defense. Maybe Donnie or some other, I'm sure there's other lawyers out there that could,
what's his defense?
Say what kind of defense that would be. Like, I don't think that's a very good strategy.
What's his, the defense is he found some more that he didn't have. I mean, I think it makes sense.
No, I don't see it, but okay, brother, that's all I got. Like I said, I just heard you was talking shit, and I just wanted to, see what was up. So,
yeah.
But hey, love you, brother. Maybe
too,
I'll talk to you next week. Maybe I won't. Who knows? Holla.
We're going to talk. Take it easy. That's safe from the projects. He is hilarious, man. Oh, my gosh. I don't know. I'm just the host. Deshauna writes, you have men that cheat with a chick next door. Your rights speak for yourself, Nathan. Tracy writes, we don't bash men in here, just women. Oh, boy. You on that one again? Oh, boy. Here we go. I've opened up a can. Tracy writes, bring it, Jerica. See, Jerica just don't want to agree with me about nothing. We got that kind of relationship. I don't care what I say. I could be on point 100%. Jerica is going to take the opposite side. That's just the relationship that we have. I'm cool with it. But just judging from what she was saying, she was trying so hard to find something she disagreed with when I was telling her what I had to say. But I really feel like deep down, Jerica knows I'm right. Deep down, she knows I'm right. She can't admit it because it's big bro. It's Nate. That's why. And I get it. Hey, good morning. Welcome to the show.
Nathan, good morning. How we doing today?
I'm doing great, brother. Who am I speaking with?
This is Senator Lackey giving you a call back.
Hey, what's going on? Oh, you said you gonna own it, huh? You said senator.
all the way.
I ain't mad at
I'm
you,
gonna
man.
own it all the way.
I ain't mad at you. Good morning to you. Welcome.
No much. So I wanted to touch on the Derek Chauvin trial.
Yeah.
Before I do the whole cheating conversation. This has been an interesting topic, and I think some people can't separate the two. The realm that you're going into and the branch that you're breaking off on. And I think if they think of it as everybody knows speeding on the highway, like in your car, speeding is wrong, speeding is dangerous. But if you're going to speed, at least put your seatbelt on. It's the same mentality when you're saying if you're going to cheat, at least wear a condom. That's really all it is. It's not saying that, oh, well, if you tell somebody to put on a seatbelt and they're speeding and you agree with speeding. No, I don't. So I think that it's easy to kind of separate the two, but I can understand how it could be difficult if somebody can't separate those things. As far as the Derek Chauvin trial goes, I don't have any hope that this is going to go the way we need it to go. I don't see him going to jail just because the defense attorney gets to pick his jurors. He only needs one person to go in there and say, you know what? I don't think he's guilty. And that's all it takes is one person. And until we change that, until we actually have a real review of the Sixth Amendment, and because nothing in the Constitution says that all the jurors it has to be unanimous. There's nothing that's written down that says that. That's an old practice dating back to like the 1300s of having a jury that's supposed to be unanimous. So there's nothing written down that says that. And until we get some real Supreme Court justices to overturn some of the old opinions that were wrong, we're always going to have these issues where a defense attorney only needs to find one juror in order to keep his client from going to jail. And we got to fix that.
So you say you don't have no confidence that he's going to jail?
I don't. It's a circus. It's something that, I'm only 33 and I've seen it too many times where I see a good case is presented from the prosecuting team, and the way the system's set up, some bullshit happens and the guy gets to walk, whether it's a hung jury or whatever the case may be. They might find him guilty on the manslaughter charge, but then even that is going to be a stretch. I think that the defense attorney has found at least one person to get on that jury and say that this guy is not going to be guilty and he's going to end up walking.
I hope you're wrong, brother. I really do, but I can't say that I look at anything any differently than what you just said. I'm cynical and jaded and doubtful, just like you are.
Yeah, I hope I'm wrong too. People keep saying it to me as well. They say that they hope I'm wrong and they pray that I'm wrong. I'm the same exact way. I'm just being realistic about it. And the way that the rules are set up is we haven't changed the rules, and it's the same circus. I've seen this play out too many times like this.
Yep. Well, Senator Lackey, appreciate the call, man. And I'll reach out to you over the weekend, probably today, and we'll set up a time next week or the week after that, whenever you got time to come in and talk about your campaign.
I'm free. I'll be on the lookout for it, brother.
Okay.
Have a good weekend. And look forward to hearing from you.
Yep. Take it easy. That's
All right.
Ronald Lackey right there. I believe that's his first name. Senator Lackey. I like the just I'm just gonna be it until I be it kind of attitude. That's how you got to be sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you want to be it. You are that. Just do it. You are what you do. So just do it. Drop's been trying to call in. No disrespect to Drop, but I had other people on the line. Let me go straight to that, brother. Hey, good morning, Drop. Welcome.
Good morning, Mr. Ivy, and all the beautiful people out across the fruited plains in the greater Cincinnati area. Thank you for taking my call, sir.
Thank you for making it.
I will have to agree 100% with Jerica and Mr. Ivy. You are straight tripping because everybody knows you're a family man. Everybody knows that you are leaving one thing out in your advice, because if your daughter came to you and asked that question, right? Just like you told Jerica, you're going to tell her, of course, cheating is wrong. And then you said the but, right? Now, if you could, one more time, say the but again. Where you would tell your daughter that cheating is wrong, but.
Okay, so let's be clear here.
I want to make sure I'm clear before I give you my response.
Okay, yeah. So I want to make sure we're clear here. So you brought up my daughter, and I get it. So it sounds like what you're asking me is, would I say the same thing to my daughter? She just heard it. I mean, fuck yeah, I'm gonna tell her the same thing. I mean, I'm not joking. This ain't no talk radio. I mean this. I would say the same thing to my daughter that I just say to you and my son.
Okay, so do you think
difference?
Do you
I'm
think
going to
there's
tell them the
something?
same thing. They just heard it.
Right, but I get it. I get it. But the reason I ask you this way is because it's possible that you could be leaving something out that you're not aware of. And that thing, in my opinion, is you can say, yes, cheating is wrong, but if you have that desire to go cheat on your spouse, go directly to a counselor or a lawyer and divorce her before you go and stick or open to something that could be deadly. Just like my brother Frank Rothstein was talking about, shout out to the All Middle and their affiliates. Because a condom could break, Mr. Ivy. Some type of sexual device could malfunction. Okay, so all I'm saying, Mr. Ivy, you can say all those things you were saying. The but, do it respectfully, but you should also add, when you get those desires, communicate with your spouse, go to counseling or go to a lawyer and end that relationship before you have sexual relations with another human being that has feelings and emotions, and you just don't know what could trigger that person that you've been telling you love them and they love you, and we're going to do all this, and then you go cheat for a sexual pleasure. That's all I'm saying, Mr. Ivy. You know I roll with you, sir. You know that I know that you're a very well-respected man in the community, and all I'm saying, you should add that one other option in there, Mr. Ivy, because the way you were talking with Jerica, it was like you saw no other options other than if you're going to cheat respectfully.
Well, that's not true.
That's my take, Mr. Ivy. I don't want to trigger anybody because...
You missed it. That's not true. So what I told Jerica and what I believe and what I've always said and will continue to say is I recommend that if you're married, you don't cheat. Why get married if you're going to cheat? That's what I advocate. What I'm saying is that there's people that's going to do it anyway. Because adults do what they want to do, not what they're supposed to do all the time. Adults do what they want to do. So I'm just saying, pragmatically, if you're going to do it, I don't recommend you do. The least thing you can do is to make sure that you're strapping up, to make sure that you're getting tested, to make sure you don't bring no babies home to your wife and you don't bring no STDs, SDIs home to your wife. That's what I'm talking about. At least do that. My first advice is don't do it at all. I don't advocate cheating.
Well said, Mr. Ivy. And again, all I'm saying is sometimes you can add a little extra touch to a situation and totally change the outcome. Because when you involve that sexual act with two human beings, and hopefully it ain't with animals, you just don't know how that other person is going to respond after that sexual act.
True.
Okay, because
True.
I mean, just think, Mr. Ivy. Just think this scenario, right? This guy out here cheating, right? He meets some girl on Tinder or wherever, and they get into a situation, getting ready to do the thing. He trying to be responsibly, right? And find out that woman he thinks is a woman is an actual transsexual. Now, Mr. Ivy, you know that could turn out real bad. Okay, we already know that. And that's what I'm talking about. Just add that other option, Mr. Ivy. I know me and you hardly ever agree, but when it comes to this kind of thing, we kind of see eye to eye. So I know you're not going to tell me I'm wrong. It's nothing that we can argue about, but it's just you leave that part out. And I think that is another option that some of these young people need, because we're talking about a different generation. That young lady that you played from that show, she looks very young. Okay, so this is the generation or the cultural evolution that we're going through. Mr. Ivy, you're damn near 50. Okay, and everybody know I'm 60, and it's just we see things different, but we got to adjust with the culture that we're dealing with the mentality of these young girls, that these images that they're seeing now, because women are more in the forefront. Women are bosses, billionaires. Like, I mean, there's different role models now that these young girls are seeing, as opposed to seeing a loving, caring father in the house that could guide them. Because no father would have taught his daughter to think that way. Because again, that's a little of some self hate to say that you would accept that, unless maybe her husband is a multi-billionaire and she don't want to give up that money because he out getting sexual acts, whether it be through a masseuse or through whoever. So thank you for letting me get that out, Mr. Ivy. And before I go, it's Friday. I ain't got no job. Oh, that's right. I'm retired. Drop Squad 52, Black Knot Democrat. Peace.
Take it easy, brother. I think you misheard me a little bit, but that's drop checking in. I'm going to do you one better. You know what I'm saying? And I've already given caveats. You already have instructions. I've said it before. If you see me out, I'm out. Mind your business. Don't worry about who I'm with. I keep telling people that. I'm not joking. I mean that 100%. Don't worry about it. Keep on moving. You ain't see nothing. All right? Simple as that. I'm just telling you. Right. More. Oh, I told you the story, the cover art and the headline is 3 OMG moments you might have missed from this week, but I've got 6 for you. So we're going to expand that a little bit. There was an OMG moment that happened really within the last couple of weeks. It happened. There was some more updates this week that relates to Black-owned media. Not sure if people are paying attention to what Roland Martin is doing. I'll say it again. I got nothing but respect for Roland Martin. Met the brother a few times. When I went to the Republican National Convention in 2016, he was very nice to me. I got on the Roland Martin show, and it definitely gave me a bump, in terms of my viewership, and some other things came with it as well. So all that to the side, even if that had never happened, when I look at what this brother is doing, I think he's a pioneer in terms of building Black media throughout the country. So I wish him nothing but the best. His show is very, very popular for a reason, because he's got a good show. Not sure if y'all aware of it, but Ice Cube was teamed up with some heavyweights. I'm sorry, Roland has teamed up with some heavyweights, including Ice Cube and Byron Allen and Earl Graves Jr., who is the president and chief executive officer at Black Enterprise Magazine. They all came together and took out a full-page ad in Detroit media calling out General Motors. They were calling out the CEO of General Motors. And they were doing this because they've all come together to create a Black media collective. And their point is that they feel like these big companies are not spending enough with Black media. And I say the same thing with local companies. Like, how much, because we are Black media. This platform, anybody who says that we're not legit in terms of having a role here is either lying to you, ignorant, or hating. We on another level with that now. We beyond that. We definitely have a role and a place here in Cincinnati. And when I say we, I mean the Nathan Ivy Show and all the shows that we do here with CDM. We definitely have carved out a niche for ourselves here, and we 100% are Black media. We Black folks. That's what we talk about. That's who we represent. It is what it is. And that begs the question: like, how much of these big time corporations and all the who's getting the ad dollars in Cincinnati? Who's getting the ad dollars in Cincinnati? Is Black media getting what it deserves here in the city of Cincinnati? I don't know. I can only tell you about what I'm dealing with. Okay, I do got some insights from my experiences in corporate media, even to this day with some of my connects. But primarily, what I know is what I'm doing. So, Roland, Ice Cube, Earl Graves Jr., Byron Allen, the billionaire Byron Allen, They took out a full open letter ad calling out Mary Barra as racist. They blasted her. Says she racist because she wouldn't even meet with them to talk about, if how GM can spend money on their particular platforms. And guess what, family? OMG, it worked. It worked. A few days after taking that full page ad, it was reported that the CEO of GM, Mary Barra, is now going to sit down with them. Now, are they going to release the Kraken, aka get to the choppers, aka get to the loot? I don't know. But I think it's real interesting. Like, people don't fall asleep on that. We need independent media. We need black media. We need black-owned, black-focused media. We need that. It is not the same. It is not the same. You know what I'm saying? When it's black-owned and black-focused, it's going to be different. And also black-run. Because you got some of these media platforms that appear, they are black-owned. You see a whole lot of black folks, but when you actually go down there, white people making all decisions. I got nothing against white folks. Nothing whatsoever. But I'm just saying, enough of non-black people being in control of black narratives. That's never going to happen with CDM. As long as I'm alive, it's never going to happen with anything I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? We going to make the decisions about whatever we do, about what we do and how we do it. 100%. When you have white people in control of black media, that's how you get black radio stations that change their formats 15 different times. That's what happens. When you got white people in control, so you got black talent, black ownership, but when you go down to the offices, it's nothing but white folks making a decision. That don't make no sense. I'm not against it. I'm not saying there's no place for it and white folks can't do these jobs, but in my experience in this city, what I have seen is consistently, you walk in the door, the general manager, white dude. They're going to look at it differently. I'm not trying to lump all white people together, because I know some white people that die for the cause. I know some white folks that die for the cause. They go way beyond for the cause than some black people do. I'm just saying. So I've been keeping my eyes on what Byron is doing and what Roland is doing. And I like it. I like it. I think this is the right direction, because what they found is that General Motors was spending less than 0.5% of their advertising dollars with black-owned media. Now, how many people use a car from General Motors? And they're spending 0.5% of their advertising dollars with black-owned media entities. That means that black people are going out and buying your cars, and then you're choosing non-black owned and black focused media to sell your cars. How does that make any sense? How does that make any sense? I will say the same thing about this city. Say the same thing about black media. I'm gonna talk more and more about that. I wonder if there's a way that we here with CDM can work with them. I'm gonna research that and reach out. I want to join that effort, because I think we need to raise some awareness about that here in the city of Cincinnati. Like, I used to work at, you know where I used to work at. So I heard all the stories, the same issues, the same old BS. They want our votes, they want our money, but they don't want to be a partner with black entrepreneurs and black focus and black focused media. They don't want to do. That's different. They want to overlook you. Then everybody want to do something for free. You know what I'm talking about? I'll say it again. That's why, one way of supporting me is supporting the people that support this platform. I keep saying that. I'll keep saying it. You know what I'm saying? Because what you hear from the sponsors, for the people that sponsor this show and the shows we do, these are people that well, it's for multiple reasons. Obviously, these people are trying to get in front of, the customers, quite honestly, right? But what I've also heard from them is they believe in what we're doing. They see what we're doing is important, and they're putting their money where their mouth is. I know a lot of people talk shit about Windburn, but all I know is Windburn support what we're doing. That's all I know. You can say what you want to say. What I see is the dollars. I see money and mouth being in the same place. A whole bunch of people want chirp talking, but they ain't doing nothing. I'm just telling you. So just keep your eyes on that. When you hear people, and you've heard people over the years, that says something, because we're brand new. We're a baby at this. This show is a baby. We are an infant compared to these legacy media. We just got here. What we are now will look completely different than what we will be a year from now, 2 years from now. We're growing every single day. And the only way you grow is with teamwork. I cannot do this by myself. I don't do this by myself. It's just a collective. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, I hear people, and again, I'm not telling you to vote for somebody or vote for nobody or that way or the other, but it does say something. It does say something about the individuals. Number one, they're smart and they understand new millennium media and that this is a very intimate experience. And for people out there, people say, well, how much does it cost? Well, it depends on how you look at it. You know, how much would it cost you to do what we did for the last few years to build this? That's what you're getting when you become a sponsor of these shows that we do. Like, what would it cost you to go out and create what we've created? Exactly. That's what you're getting. You know what I'm saying? That's how you got to look at it as a creative. So I'm just telling, I'm putting a word out there so people know where it is and what it's all about. I think that what Roland is doing with Byron and Ice Cube and these other individuals is 100% on point. And I hope they're successful. That was a little bit of OMG moment. So they put this pressure. They put pressure on the GM, the CEO of GM. And it looks like they're going to get a sit-down meeting. So what's going to come from that? When Roland puts it out there, I'll get it and I'll put it out there for you if you missed it. But I think that's the right direction to go in. Let me go back to the phones. Good morning. Welcome to the show.
Hey, Nathan. This is David Whitehead.
Hey, what's up, David?
Hey.
How you doing, brother?
You're
Welcome.
hitting my field. I'm good. You're hitting my field. So I thought I'd call in and share some insight. They're going off of analytics. And as you know, Nielsen analytics are based upon a very small sample group, many of which are not Black folks. So when the agencies are placing advertisement, they're not using common sense. And that's one of the things that prevent them from placing with, Black media such as yourself. And that's why I'm always talking to you like, hey, man, give me some numbers so I can make something happen. Because I know that you have an audience, but the analytics that being used out there is not necessarily going to show. They're not going to show that you have, a strong backing, a strong support base. So unless somebody like me, who is a consultant, can get in front of them and say, hey, here's where I can move your business, then it's just not going to happen. You follow me?
No, I follow you. Yeah, I follow you, David.
Oh, yeah. And I think for me as a Black man who has been in the business for a long time, it's important for me to help you build yours, even while I'm getting mine. Because that's the only way we're going to win as a community if we start supporting each other.
Absolutely. 100%.
So, yeah. So, I mean, with the whole thing, and I know you're referring to a certain urban radio station in regards to the management, but that's true. I mean, that's realistic because we don't have Black people in the position to make decisions. Outside of me, I just got 2 Black guys hired for my company, and I was the only one for a long time. And I had been fighting like, hey, we need some diversity in here. So, it's a struggle. We're struggling on the inside, and I know other people are struggling on the outside. But the fight's got to keep on.
Absolutely. 100%, David. Anything else, brother?
Yeah, but that's all I got. I know you close to closing out, so I'll jump off and listen.
Okay, brother. Thank you so much.
Sir.
I appreciate it.
Yep.
Yeah, and I'm sure, my former employers are still dealing with that as well. They dealt with that when I was there. You sit down and talk to Jerry Tyler about it all the time. It used to blow my mind. I don't get it. And then for influencers and creators, people that's creating stuff, people ask me all the time, well, how do you price this? And how do you know what your worth is? I ain't never had a problem with that because you have to look at it from the right lens. If you're an influencer, if you're a creator, and the way you look at it is this: how much would it cost these brands to build what you've built? Like, we've been doing this for 3.5 years now. How much would it cost somebody to do what we've done for 3 years to build this up? That's the price. You know what I'm saying? You know, people want to say, well, what's your place? That's important. But what's more important is, what did it cost you to build this? And could these brands go out and do what you've done? In most cases, the answer is no, they couldn't have. You know what I'm saying? So just talking about influence out there and creatives out there doing what you do, just kind of keep that in mind as you build and start to interface with sponsors and things like that. Because I get that question all the time. Well, how do you do this? How you press? It's real easy. It's just real easy. This is value. This is a very valuable experience. Very, very valuable. I don't give a damn what that number says. It is extremely valuable. And we connect with a lot of people every single week, a lot of people. And you just got to look at it that way. So and props to Roland and Ice Cube. It's good to hear Ice Cube's name. I'm glad he's out there working with Roland. I hope his black agenda is seriously considered. And I hope he's able to put all that stuff in place, man, you know, for the betterment of the community. I hope 100%. Let's go back to the phones. Good morning. Welcome to the show.
Hey, good morning, Nathan. How are you?
I'm doing great. Welcome. Who am I speaking with?
This is Donita.
Hey, Donita. Good morning. I got to put your name in here.
Hey.
I got to put your name.
This is the real Donita this time.
The real Donita. Well, that was my folks. That was Amina. I just didn't catch your voice. Good morning, Donita. Welcome to the show.
Hey, I just had to call in. I know you're getting ready to go, but I just wanted kind of going back and forth with T. Gregson in the chat, and it kind of hit me that he really believes, and I think a lot of men really believe, that women really value having a man. So they really believe that women are going to just accept anything just to have a man. And let's be clear, there are some women who are like that. But a woman who values herself and knows her worth will understand that you don't have to just accept any and everything to be with someone. It is okay to say, my standards are that this man bring A, B, C, and D to the table. And if he does not, let him go. And it's okay to not be with someone. My mother, God rest her soul, told me when I was a young girl, a man is like a bus. You miss one, don't worry about it. They run every 10 to 15 minutes. So when you know that, it is okay to wait for the man to have A, B, C, and D. It's okay. And I firmly believe that as the woman, we set the tone for what is going to happen. If I allow this man to be disrespectful to me, to treat me any kind of way, that's what he's going to do. And I don't think that's really just a man. I'm going to be honest. That's in a relationship, a man or a woman. If you allow a person to treat you a certain way, that's what they're going to do. But if you require your mate to treat you a certain way, that's what they're going to do. Because if they love and respect you and want to be with you, those are the things that they're going to give to you without question. But we got to get out of this, oh, I got to have somebody, so I'm going to take what you give me. No. You're going to give me what I require, or we don't need to be together.
100%. Facts on facts on facts. I'm with you.
So that was just my little 2 cents. And T. Gregson, this thing about men select women and we are the product. I don't know what kind of women he's dealing with, but I've never been a product. I am the prize. If you want to be with me, these are the things that have to happen. But understand, I think I'm a prize. I also think the man I'm with is a prize. And so that means I'm going to do those things that he requires also. And see, that's the thing that we're missing, is that both people have to value each other. I don't just ask my husband for everything, and don't give anything back. You understand what I'm saying? Because I love him, I'm going to do those things that he requires. Because I respect him, I'm going to do those things that he requires. So when you are not really in a loving, committed relationship, it's easy to give each other half-ass effort. You know what I mean? But when you really love and respect someone, you're not going to do that, because that's not how you want them to be treated. So maybe one day T. Gregson can get a woman who will help him to realize who he is as a man. Because I believe that too. I believe my husband has shown me how to love by the way he loves me. I believe my husband has shown me how to be a good mother by the way he's a good father. I believe my husband has shown me how to be a good woman by the way he's a good man. So see, we lift each other and we push each other. Iron sharpens iron. So those are my words for today.
Danita, great call. Thank you for the call. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
Damn. Oh, all great calls today. I appreciate your interaction with me this morning. It just makes the show better, to have different voices and different opinions. I appreciate it. It's a Friday, so I know we go super. This show is known for local politics, and we'll continue to hit it the way nobody else does. But I keep saying I'm not just into politics. It's just I'm into us. I'm into people. I'm into equity policy intangibles for us. By us, I mean black folks, 100%. But in terms of our conversation, this is media. I want to talk about what's interesting. That's it. So I thought it was interesting. It caught me. And I thought it was a different way of looking at things. So before we roll out of here, I promised you, and I've already given you 4, but I want to make sure I hit all of the OMG moments. Let me switch to the right here. Anybody know what that is? That's a screenshot from what appeared to be, to me, a camera that was in the elevator, and it caught one of the members of the Migos and his girlfriend, now ex-girlfriend, on again, off again, Saweetie. Is that Quavo? And I saw the video this morning, and it reminded me, it was too much like that Ray Rice video. Did y'all see that? That was too much like that Ray Rice video. And when Ray Rice was swinging his wife around like a sucker. And you get into it with a woman, you're going to start fighting her? I mean, what the hell? And in the video, I'm not sure what happens, but it looks like they were like going back and forth with another. And at some point, he just slings her into the elevator, and it's just a big mess. I don't know all the particulars of the story. I just saw the video this morning and thought, OMG, this is what we doing now, bro? Like, didn't you? What the hell? Apparently, they were fighting in the elevator, and they got caught on the cam inside the elevator. Just a real bad look. Yeah, Quavo. And Saweetie is not like she's not on my radar screen. I'm a podcast person. I watch a lot of podcasts. I was on Revolt TV's YouTube channel, and Sean Combs has a son. He's doing a podcast right now with one of his partners. He has Saweetie on there on one of the most recent episodes. I think they well over 1 million views on YouTube. So at some point in there, he asked her a question about like threesomes or something like that. And she gave an answer, she gave a female answer like, yeah, we can bring him in, right? Like 2 guys. The question was about 2 girls. And it's been some speculation that Quavo might have gotten his feelings about that. I don't know if the brother's that sensitive. If I was him, I wouldn't be that sensitive about a damn thing. But, it is what it is. But I just want to make that point. I'm like, OMG, do we not remember Ray Rice? Come on, black men. We can never get into it in the elevator anymore. You know better than that. For men and women, here's what I would say. First time it happens, leave. That whole physical altercation stuff. So fellas, you in a relationship with a woman, she like to smack you around and be all physical and smack you in the face. And quit being a punk about it. Leave her immediately. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Leave her immediately. Ladies, the same thing. Immediately. You know what I'm saying? What did the last call just said? There's another one coming every 10 minutes? Right. There's too many fish in the sea to be with a fish that's trying to abuse you. I don't get it. I don't get it. Just a bad look. I was like, Ray Rice? Somewhere Ray Rice is like, damn, bro, didn't you learn from my example? What's wrong with you, Quavo? Oh, my God. It's the milk. It's the milk. It's the soy. It's the water. It's the high fructose corn syrup. It's all of that. And more. It's all of that and more. Now, we didn't talk about, and I want to hit all these things before I leave this morning. I've got time for it. But look at that middle box right there. I think that's pretty obvious as to what that is. The newest trial of the century is taking place this week. Everybody is talking about it. Everybody is watching it. If you check out the Is It Just Me podcast today at 12:30, Donnie B is going to be breaking it down. You get the added advantage from her show is that, she a lawyer. This is what she do. So she can look at it from a whole different lens than a lot of people. All right. So make sure you check it out today at 12:30. She'll be talking about that. And she'll be talking with Cedric Denson, that state rep Cedric Denson. They'll be talking more about House Bill 22 and giving you an update as to some of the things that are coming from the state level if you live in Ohio. So don't miss it. 12:30 today. Is It Just Me podcast? Watch it on Facebook. But I want to play this for you, man. You got to see this. Y'all see this? All the body cam footage and stuff that's coming out. I saw this, man. I was like, OMG.
I'm not trying to win. I get on the ground, anything. I can't stand this shit, man. He know it. He know it too, Mr. Officer. Y'all hear me? Don't do me like that, man. Please. Okay, can I talk to you, please? So you get in the car, we can talk. I am claustrophobic. I'm hearing you, you're not working with me. God, I'm claustrophobic. Get in the car. Get in the car. Get in the front. Please. No, you're not in the front. I'm claustrophobic, Mr. Officer. Get in the car. Okay, man, okay? I'm not a bad guy, man. Get in the car. I'm not a bad guy. You ain't gonna win. Please, officer. Please. You get in this car, we can talk. I know I can't breathe. You're talking and you're oxygen. Yeah, just when you get up. I can't choke. I can't breathe. Please. Fine. My wrist, man. Please. No, I can't take that, man. I can't. I'm gonna lay on the ground. I'm gonna lay on the ground.
I'm gonna say it again, man. I mean, that hands behind your back, that shit will kill you. I've been saying it. People act like being arrested is just like a normal thing. Just being arrested, putting your hands behind your back and them tight ass, the back of them police cars, man, people ain't built for that. We all know America's out of shape. Man, you'll feel like you about to die. I can't breathe. You can't even play with people like that, let alone it be real. You take somebody and put some handcuffs behind their back and then put them face down on the ground. They might die. It's that serious. That is a very unnatural position that a lot of Americans, many of us out of shape, overweight, just that alone, it can send some people into distress, make them feel like they can't breathe. You ever been in back one of them cop cars? It ain't comfortable. It ain't comfortable back there, especially now with your hands behind your back. I'm telling you, do it right now. Just put your hands behind your back wherever you are and just play like that for a little while and see how uncomfortable you feel. That's a real situation right there. I keep telling folks, man, got to take that real seriously. Some people are saying that this is an example of George Floyd resisting arrest.
I'm going down.
I think sometimes people misread the situation. Like, resisting arrest is you're trying to prevent them from arresting you. Sometimes what I've seen in circumstances is people who trying to resist dying. That's what it's really. They're resisting the uncomfortable position they're being put in, right, as they're being arrested. It's not really resisting arrest. You know what I'm saying? Like I keep saying, man, people act like this is so easy to have 2 or 3 people on top of you, all shouting at you. One person got a taser on you. The other might have his gun on you. You got sprayed. Put your hand behind your back and be calm. That's hard to do when you're dealing with all these different circumstances at one time. It's like, okay, number one, you got 3 people shouting at you, 2 people shouting. Who do I listen to? That's just a really confusing scenario right there, man. I saw that video. It's one of many videos that have been released this week. It came out in the trial. That's from World Star. You can check it out for yourself. I think you saw their logo on there. But just a real bad scene, man. I'll say it again. I have no confidence whatsoever that Derek Chauvin is going to jail. I won't believe it until we actually see it. I have no confidence whatsoever. Whatsoever, none. So before I roll out, I do want to remind you that my friends over at Renew Community Church, they are doing something new. It's called the Focus 2021 series. And I'll have Charlie Winburn with me on Monday at 8:30 a.m. He'll come in and talk more about it in more detail. And it is a guide for life. It's a source of inspiration. It's free. It's a free downloadable book, an ebook. You can download to whatever device you want it to. It's free for you this morning. There's a link in the description. Check it out. As you're going through the process, you can also sign up for 30 minutes of free professional coaching. My question is, have you ever had a professional coach, a business coach, a life coach? Try it out. Try it up. Tell me, sign up for it, and then hit me up and tell me what you think. All right. Have an excellent rest of your day, family. I really appreciate you. Shout out to all the choppers. Really appreciate all my chopper family out there. Shout out to my patrons. Before I roll out of here, I want to shout out to all my patrons as we kick off a new month. I appreciate your support this morning. Hold on one second here. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. I want to make sure I pull up my Patreon account. I want to recognize all of the folks that support the show. It means everything. All right. Let me see. Here we go. Okay, we'll take it from the top. So again, I want to thank Rhonda. Thank you so much. And Frankie and Tanika and Kush, Charles, Michelle, James, Monique, Bobby, Brandon, Gerald, Kelly, Omar, Valisa, Mason, Jarrett, Marcia, Brian, Sean, Jesse, Ashley, Daryl, K Works, D Wizzle, Tracy, Cassandra, Bozilia, Patricia, Lee, Cinnamon, Zola, Ray and Renee, Dee Dee, Rachel, Tony, Glenn, Letty, Jerome, Asia, James, and Christy. I thank you so much, and I really appreciate you as we kick off another month. And we're just getting started. Have an excellent rest of your day. I'll connect with you real soon, probably on Monday, bright and early, but you never know. You never know. If something's popping, something's hot, I may go live, might do a late night Nate. You never know. So just stay connected and have an excellent Friday. Let me jump around real quick. I just want to make sure I get a sense of breaking news before we roll out of here. I don't want to miss anything. There's so many things going on, actually. More things going on than time to talk about it. So again, family, have an excellent weekend. Relax, recharge. We'll talk real soon. I'm Nathan Ivy, and I'm out.